YouTube, what's good? XhiaGaming here, and welcome back to another episode of the Game Lounge podcast, this time for August 2022. Rocking with me, as always, is my twin co-host with the most. Can I get an opening statement? Eena.
Yeah, it's our biannual, bi-weekly, bicentennial podcast.
The bicentennial podcast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today I am business professional gamer Alex.
That's true.
Reporting for duty. To start us off today, for the month of August, we are going to go into some random life news. New topic. This one's going to be led by Eena. Take it away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I had to pull this up at the start of the podcast. So, my PS5 has returned. Let's go. We did it.
Continuing story.
Continuing story. Yeah. So basically, so it got to the 3-month mark.
Oh.
That I sent it away.
Oh shit.
So what happened is I don't remember if you knew this part of the story, but so basically, too long didn't read. I sent it to the Australian Centre. They were like, we can't examine this here.
Okay.
We're gonna send it to the UK. And I was like, all right. So then they sent it to the UK. And then they sent an email to JB Hi-Fi being like, hey, do you have the address for where this is meant to go? And it's like, yeah, it's on the box, dog. It's printed on the label on the box. Like, yeah, we went to that address and it's not there. And I was like, and okay, so at this point it had already been like, I don't know, a month.
Yep.
Since I'd had it. And I'm like, okay, what is happening here? And then so I sent them an email on my support ticket being like, hey, idiots, can you please sort this out, as my destroyed PS5 is now just floating around somewhere in the UK?
Yes.
What's the deal? And then they're like, oh, we are working with the people who are involved. Do not worry. And I'm like, I'm already worried.
Yes.
It's been a month and a half. And then I hear nothing. And then I hear more nothing. And then I'm like, okay, it got to the two-month mark.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, I've had enough. So I sent them a slightly threatening email being like, look, I want my money back, or I'm going to the ACCC because this is like the most bullshit service of all time. Yeah, you've got 3 days to respond. They responded within 3 days.
Yes, as they would, after you threaten with governing bodies.
Yep. And then they were like, yes, we are currently just examining the PlayStation. Please give us a little more time, yada yada. I was like, oh. I was like, all right.
My boys have got specs on.
That's right. So, and then like literally about 6 days ago, I get an email being like, we are sending you a new PlayStation 5. Please get ready for it to be delivered to your house.
Oh my god.
I'm like, huh. Okay. And then it arrived 4 days ago. And it was a brand new one in a box.
That's exciting.
With everything, but it didn't come with the controller.
Oh,
it came with everything else. They took the controller out. I'm like, how are you even going to sell that? Like, it's not even in its normal box. But anyway,
well, that's good. Yeah, the last one was pretty scuffed.
Well, I mean, it fucking exploded.
Also, yes. No, but I mean, like after it came back the first time, you said like it was pretty dinged up.
Oh yeah, it had scratches and shit on it. Like, and dings in the actual panels because they didn't put them properly on during transport. So that was Omega ass. And so now I have a new one, and someone called me from Sony today being like, I just want to make sure you got it. And I'm like, yep. And they were like, also, just to clarify, because it is a brand new unit, it has 12 months manufacturing warranty on it.
Oh.
And I was like, PogChamp. Yeah, you would hope so. But yeah, I didn't get the refurb unit, so this is good news.
That's very fresh.
Yeah, so I set him back up, and I can finally play my PS5 again.
How exciting!
And then so that was the good news. And then I got bad news. So I was doing an audit of all my games, just like got my big old list out. I was like, has a case, tick, has a manual inside, tick, doing all that stuff.
Yep.
And then I get to my Pokemon Diamond, which I bought off Facebook Marketplace, I don't know, months ago at this point now. And like at the time, I was just super excited to get it for like kind of a good price. And I was just like, yippee. And then like, threw it immediately just into the collection. Didn't really look too hard at it. But as I'm like auditing all my stuff, like, opening them up, checking them and everything, checking for cracks and cases. I look at my copy of Pokemon Diamond and I'm like, man, why does this cover seem so low res in some aspects, but high res in others? So like the background is like this shiny rainbow, like it is. So this was the US version, not the EU one, which was more rainbow colored. And that stuff was like really high level, like quality.
Yep.
But then I like look at Dialga, who's the legendary from that era, on the front.
Yep.
And he looks kind of low res. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I open up the booklet, and the booklet looks fine. The booklet looks normal. But then I look at the cartridge, and the sticker that's on the cartridge looks low res too. And I'm like, oh no, what the fuck? And then I look even closer, and so because it's a USA cartridge, it has an ESRB rating on it, right?
Yeah.
But the ESRB logo is like tilted, and it's over another letter, like just a bit on the cartridge.
Oh no.
And I'm like, oh no. And then I turned it around and I looked at the barcode, and then I looked at all the other barcodes of my other like Australian like genuine DS games, and they all have like quite thin like serial number font, and this one is like bolder and like looks a bit smudged. And I was like, oh fuck me, I've got dude has sold me a fake copy.
You got that Asia version. You got that bootleg.
Dude, felt so bad. I was so depressed.
That's very upsetting.
That's my good news and my bad news for the week. You got anything?
I got nothing that sad.
That's good. Happy for you.
Happy for me. I've had bootleg games in the past, so like I remember it was my very first DS game. I bought Mario and Sonic at I think it was the Beijing Olympic Games. It was the first one that they'd brought out for Mario and Sonic. And I was super G'd for it. I was like, oh, this is pretty exciting. And I got it, and I just put it in, and it didn't work. And they were like, it's yours now. No refunds. And I was like, and I remember I asked Dad for help, because he was like, yeah, ACCC to that shit. And they were like, they gave me a refund instantly. And it like, yeah. The dangers of eBay at the time and Facebook Marketplace, man.
God bless ACCC.
Yeah, as soon as you threaten ACCC for something, they'll act on that shit quick. Like,
yeah, because they actually have power, unlike every other nation's like governing body to do with items.
Like, I have an event that I was meant to go to, and I'm no longer able to go. So I was like, "Hey, can I get a refund?" And they were like, "No refunds." And I was like, "ACCC." And they were like, "Oh, yeah, that doesn't work on us. We're like in some place where ACCC has no jurisdiction." And I was like, "But you sold the ticket in Australia." And they're like, gone silent on me, basically. So
yeah,
they'll be getting a letter.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But enough of that. Into the game releases for the past month, and then into August. So for July, we have F1 22, Arcadegeddon,
Match Point. You're welcome.
Yes, so oh my god, it is Arcadegeddon. Oh my god, dyslexia is shining through. Match Point Tennis Championships, Klonoa?
Yeah, Klonoa, well done. How'd you get that one, but you fucked up Arcadegeddon?
Fantasy Reverie Series, Madison, Stray, Oh my god.
Danganronpa.
That's it. Danganronpa S. Ultimate Summer Camp. Hellpie. Wagwood Strand. Capcom Arcade Second. Stadium. Lost Epic. Digimon Survive. And for August, we've got 2 Point Campus, Rollerdrome, Saints Row, Pac-Man World Repack, and TMNT, the Cowabunga Collection. Man, I feel like you just put some of those names in there just to fuck with me.
I didn't. They're real. They're very real.
Oh,
cool. I mean,
like a real life episode of The King's Speech. God damn.
Oh god. Anything of interest to you there?
I tell you what, I totally forgot about Digimon Survive until I think it was like a day or two ago when someone brought it up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a game that I actually want to play."
Is it? I'm surprised that that's a game you want to play. I didn't think you liked visual novels.
Not really, but it also doesn't it have also TAC RPG elements?
It does.
So that's yes.
So that's about 20% of the game from what I hear.
Oh, okay. So majority visual novel.
Yeah.
Well then, I might pick it up if it pops up on like a Game Pass or the PlayStation Plus Extra or something like that.
It seems like good bait for that.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. Saints Row I'm pretty keen for. I haven't done the character builder or anything there, but see how that goes.
I'm terrified for Saints Row.
As in,
I've watched my boy Skill Up, who's an Australian YouTuber. We all respect the Shill Up.
Mm-hmm.
He did a hands-on preview of it. And how do I put it? It doesn't look that interesting to play. It's kind of like almost like Saints Row 2, but again.
Okay.
But with even less compelling characters.
Okay.
Like, so, like, I was watching through and he played like out some of the like, character interactions and stuff. And I just felt no connection to all of them. And also, apparently, the game kind of starts where they're already all buddy. So there's not even any like
so no backstory or anything.
Yeah, into it.
Which I feel like you kind of need, given that it's a reboot.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it just like I'll probably get it because I really like Saints Row, and it's actually funny because I mean, what we've been playing. I mean, I can talk about that later. I actually forgot to write it down there. But like it is one of my favorite like open world series just because it's a parody of open world games, really.
Yeah, very much so.
But this one, I don't know, man. It kind of seems empty and soulless. I don't know. There's just not as much charisma, I think is the word I'm looking for, that the other games already seemingly had, even with when they were previewing it.
Yeah.
But I'll probably pick it up, but I feel like I'm gonna call it now. This is like strong 6 to 7 bait. I reckon on average it'll probably get a 7.
Yeah.
Which is depressing.
I think mid-range. Yeah. What about other games? Oh, Stray. That's on my list.
Yeah.
Consoles full at the moment, but that's...
Dude, people love Stray.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things. It's very quick though, and it focuses like a lot on aesthetic.
It's 4 hours.
4? Oh.
It's 4. Yep.
Okay. That's very quick then.
Yeah, I've heard, people really, really love this game. So much, in fact, I believe it is now the #1 rated game on Steam for this year, over God of War.
That's crazy.
Port, and I forget that other game that's always at the top with it. But it's the most highly rated game of the year on Steam.
That's crazy.
So, which is sick, because I mean, first game by that group of people. So, and it's getting like glowing, outstanding reviews, and I think I think it's cool that it's 4 hours. I'm sick of games that are longer than like 30 hours.
Yeah, I feel like at some points it's just too drawn out.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I don't know. People like it's not long enough, but it's just like, dude, do you really want to be playing a cat for 30 hours who just like knocks shit over and like digs up the carpet? Probably not. Sometimes, yeah, I think quality is much better than the quantity, and I think Stray probably benefits the most from that for sure.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
What about you? Anything on that list that you're super keen on?
I mean, yeah, Stray is particularly interesting.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Saints Row, I'm like optimistic for, but I'm getting a lot of red flags. Yeah, sorry, Saints Row it's just so weird. They've made so many weird choices, like in open world games where you're driving a car and the camera like follows the car as you turn a corner. It doesn't do that.
Does it kind of like stiff arm it, where it like?
No, you just have to manually turn it every single time, rather than it being like right there.
Okay, that's annoying.
Yeah, it's very strange, and apparently, from what they were saying, it controls like arse on controller, which is Monka.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm having that issue
Yeah.
at the moment where I'm playing Tearaway Unfolded on the PlayStation 5, and it doesn't auto move the camera, and if it does, it's well down, so you can't see the full scene. Very annoying.
Very. Klonoa, I'm probably gonna grab that because I love Klonoa. It was a PS. I played it. The first time I ever played Klonoa was on a demo disc for my PS1 or 2. I forget what it was on. But it was epic. There was like this water sliding level, and it was the most badass shit ever. And I was obsessed, and I just kept playing that demo to death. So I would probably get Klonoa. Yeah, Digimon Survive turned out to be not what anybody expected. Because marketing would just have you believe it was a tactics game. So
yes.
I won't be getting that one, I don't think.
That's what they lure you in with.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the one I'm most excited for is Rollerdrome. Yeah, just like sweet like skate rink. Tony Hawk meets Max Payne.
Yes.
It's kind of sweet.
This one was the one that was announced like earlier this year in one of the press conferences, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked like Sable.
Yes.
But with Tony Hawk and guns.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Rollerdrome looks really cool. So definitely looking forward to that one.
I like it. Very nice. As usual, we'll now sort of jump into the games that we've been playing. I might kick off with this because it's actually been a bit of a busy month for gaming for me, which is
my god,
very surprising. So
that's unheard of.
I'll start this off by saying that my girlfriend bought a Nintendo Switch for herself, which
my god,
shocking. So
she didn't buy PS Vita for herself? What?
No.
After living in a house with you?
I know. So she was like, she won an award at her company and she got given like a shit ton of vouchers. And she was like, oh, well, I'll just get a Nintendo Switch then. And I was like, excuse me? Sorry? I was like, we have a PlayStation. She's like, I sort of sounded like that meme where it's like, Mum, we have Maccas at home. We have game console at home, sort of thing. And she was like, no, I'm keen to get a Nintendo Switch. So she went out and got that, and she got a bucket load of games too. So she got Let's Go Pikachu, Mario Party.
Huge. Depends which one.
Deluxe something?
Oh. All-Stars?
Wait.
Is it the All-Star one? Which is like the best.
Super Mario Party.
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
It's okay, because we've been playing it. We got it, I think, because she was keen, because a couple of friends owned the same game, so that we could play online with them.
Gotcha.
We got Mario Kart.
It's lit. Classic.
And And she was like, oh, well, I feel like every game that I've purchased here was kind of for me. So she was like, you pick one. So I picked Zelda. Breath of the
Breath of the
Wild.
Wild. Oh man,
Correct.
have you
Correct.
played it?
I haven't, because she's kind of... the one... Because the one thing that I said to her, I was like, I'm worried that you're going to buy this Switch and you're just going to use it and then you're just going to put it down sort of thing. So she's been proving me wrong, which has been nice. And just like sitting on the couch playing it while we're watching TV. So
I mean, that's its purpose.
exactly. So loving it, which is good. So
Wait, did she get the OLED or LCD?
Which was the LCD was the original one, wasn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah, just the LCD.
Mm.
So got all of those, and
She slipped up, bro. She's playing it in handheld. She should have gone for that nicest screen.
I know. But she also was like, is there much of a difference? And I was like, oh, no.
Well, depends. Like it's like the original PSP to the Vita.
Yeah.
It's that much difference. So if OLED makes a really big difference, then
Well, think of this in casual gamer terms. Like, to say my girlfriend is extremely casual would be an understatement.
Whoa, shots fired.
I know, major shots fired. And then we got Nintendo, the Switch Sports.
Yeah, dude, man. I've been hitting that hard.
That game's good, but man, it feels empty.
Yes.
Like, just no sports. Like, you do each sport once or twice, and then you're like, okay, I'm good, I'm done.
That's a straight up lie, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you. I have been crushing small children online in that game, and boy, oh boy, there is nothing sweeter than playing volleyball and just absolutely destroying children by spiking the shit out.
Yes. I've gotten really good at badminton.
Cursed.
So that's pretty. I'm bowling. Bowling, I'm elite at. Like, I got a 7 strike in a row game the other day. I was just like, I was on one. Girlfriend sitting on the couch next to me, like, what the fuck? She got eliminated in multiplayer. It was a time.
Well, it's so funny. I've gotten volleyball is mine of choice, right?
Yeah.
I've gotten so good at it. They're like, you have to play ranked now. They put me in ranked. They put me in a badge system where they're like, yep, you play to go up a rank.
So
and I'm like, oh god. I'm gonna play with all the other sweaty people on here instead of the children. Rip.
Yes. All right.
But that's all right.
And then I have an issue with Nintendo as well, where my old email that was associated to it was my uni email, which no longer exists. So they've kind of said to me, they were like, okay, because I wanted to buy the Nintendo Online, and we got a neat little hack where Liggy's brother in Taiwan gets it for us for $10 for a year. And so Liggy got it, and I was like, oh, sick, $10 a year. I'll do that too.
Couldn't you just VPN it to Taiwan?
You so could. But I don't have access to that email anymore, and you need to access it through email. Like, it's not something that you can access through the console directly, which is kind of weird. But yeah. And on top of that, what else have I been playing? I've been playing I played Telling Lies, the Annapurna video interactive game.
Oh.
That was pretty quick. It was good. So much content in that game though, like ridiculous amount of content and video. I started by watching like 10 videos that were like 5 minutes long each, and I was like, oh man, this is kind of long. And I didn't understand the concept, so I had to watch a kind of walkthrough guide for a little bit, because I was just like, Jesus Christ, I am lost. But that was a really good game for an interactive game. Tearaway Unfolded, been playing that, and God of War. And all of those ones that I've been playing have just been through the PlayStation Plus system with the game library.
Yeah.
Yeah. So taking full advantage of that now.
Yes. Good. Do it.
It's really good.
Hell
Highly recommend. But yeah, busy month for me for gaming, which is nice.
That
Because
is.
usually I come to the table with like, I've been playing a mobile game and maybe one PlayStation game.
That's very true. I am sorry though. I'm going to bury you under the weight of the amount of games I've been playing. Just when he actually comes with a good one, where it's like, maybe I can pip him. I've also been playing just a mega ton of them. Okay. I mean, let's circle around back to Switch Sports. So yeah, I've been absolutely slamming the hell out of kids in volleyball and carrying games solely by myself.
Yes.
They call me the Iron Wall. Don't look that up, but that is what I'm called. And then I've been also playing Saints Row 3 and 4 on the Series X.
Nice.
I just really I've been on this really big retro kick, or like playing games that are like much older that I've already finished, just to like go back in my head and reaffirm that they were fun.
Yes.
And yeah, Saints Row 3 and 4 were fun. I mean, 4 is just completely broken in the sense that it's just not even a Saints Row game. It's basically prototype.
Yes.
but it's still really fun. I beat Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Remastered with plastic CJ.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, San Andreas was one of my childhood defining games, but the thing is though, I never beat it myself. When I bought it, it already had like 100% completed save file. So I just played that. So I could free roam around, you know?
Yep.
So I was like, I'm actually going to do it because I remember attempting to play through it a long time ago, but it may have been the old PC port of it. And one of the missions was just horrific. I think it was like the RC one for Zero, where you have to like the
RC and the mini helicopter.
Like, the helicopter.
That's terrible.
The one. Yeah, so on PC, on the original game, that shit was like impossible for me when I was playing it. I got so frustrated and I didn't even keep going. But the funny thing is, that's literally like the only roadblock mission that exists. But yeah, so I got all the way through it. I completed it. I beat the game. Oh man, though, the final like mission or like the second last mission can suck my nuts. I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember like the territories part of the game where you would go to gang territories and you would shoot 3 bowlers to start to take over that territory?
Yes.
So in the second last mission, you have to have a certain amount of those zones to then be allowed to do the last mission. So for like 2 hours, I was just doing zone control. And just taking over zones so I could actually do the final mission. And it's just like they literally just want you to do that to sink more time in before you finish. But while that's going on, everyone is frenzied. So everyone's just running around and everything's just blowing up randomly. Like cars will just start blowing up in the street because there's a riot.
Yes.
In the streets. And it was the most annoying thing I've ever experienced in my life. So really glad to say I could beat it. Is done. I bought that trilogy pack, and I never played 3 of Vice City, so maybe I'll go back. But there's a special spot in my heart for CJ, so I don't know if I really care to go play the other ones. Did you ever play the other ones?
I played Vice City, San Andreas, and then I think I skipped straight to 4.
Well, there's nothing San Andreas then 4.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
I never played Chinatown Wars or 3. No.
Oh, dude, Chinatown Wars is so good.
Yeah, I've heard Chinatown Wars is pretty good.
I'm trying to hunt it down for the DS collection at the moment, actually. I really want to play that one on stream because it's just got the funniest minigame in it.
Yeah.
All right, let me try. Okay, so since I got my PlayStation back, I booted up Ghost of Tsushima again just to indulge my eyes in pure bliss.
Fantastic game.
And do some samurai shit. Really cool. I was look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and get some plat trophies this year. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do Ghost of Tsushima. And then I looked and then it was like, beat the game on New Game Plus. I was like, fuck that. See you later. And I just backed out immediately. I was like, oh, why do they put trophies for New Game Plus? That's so
that
annoying.
On the director's cut or the original?
That's the PS4 copy.
So, I don't think New Game Plus was one of the main trophies. It was one of the extension trophies, which doesn't count for platinum.
Oh!
Yes, because I platinumed the game without New Game Plus.
Oh my god, never mind. I'm back on the grind, boys. I will be on it tomorrow.
Yes,
Thank you.
It's a good...
Alright, back I go. Because, yeah, I really like that game.
Fantastic game.
It's so well done.
Yeah.
Okay. I finally purchased a copy of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because it was $20. That was a good deal. I've been playing it. It's got like this kind of like story mode thing. It's actually pretty fun. But I really just like playing as Donkey Kong, so I don't really play the story mode. So I just play Donkey Kong, just basic NPCs. I always just be spiking. I just keep slamming the ground with my big gorilla hands, and then just punching them into the ground and then smacking them back out of it. It's a great loot. I don't know why too, because usually in games like that I like playing agile people, but there's something that just speaks to my monkey brain playing as the Donkey Kong man himself.
He's a good character.
He's so good. Yeah, I haven't lost a single fight. Like, I'm trying to play the other characters, for like some variety and fun.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, even against other NPCs, like my win rate's like probably 50%. But when I play DK, dude, it's like 100. I don't think I've lost on Donkey Kong yet to an NPC.
He's on another level.
He's just too good.
Go to Donkey Kong.
That's right. Cyberpunk 2077. Ooh. But so I rebooted it up just to feast my eyes on Night City again and drive around and do like some little, side quests and stuff. But I'm a mega depressed because I'm like, this is another game I'm going to plat for sure. But then I discovered, because I originally started playing my save on PS4, when it moved across to the PS5 version, it doesn't bring across the trophy progress or anything. So I have to make a brand new save.
Yeah,
and go through it.
It's weird how they've done that, where some games carry over and some don't. So like it counts as two different versions.
Yeah, but the problem is it's completely actually bugged my game. So like one of them for like a gold medal is just like using a ranged weapon kill 300 enemies. Right? Easy. Pretty simple. It's really easy. I've definitely done it by this point, but it hasn't ever popped. And I'm like, okay, it's just bugged. So I'm gonna have to play through Cyberpunk again for a 5th time.
Oh no.
And I will do it again because it's that good.
You're going again.
I'll go again.
Deathloop.
Deathloop. That game could suck my nuts. All right. And then today I booted up Blood-Stained Ritual of the Night, which is a Castlevania-like. I believe it's made by one of the original creators of Castlevania. So it's very much like, trying to be that Symphony of the Night type deal. And it's pretty good. It's pretty hard. I like it quite a bit. I don't know if it's one that I'll finish. I'll probably throw a few more hours in it, get a feel for it, and just be like, it'll be one of those games I'm like, cool, I like what it's doing, but I don't think I need to keep playing it. I'll play for how much I feel like I need to, basically, but I don't know if I will get all the way to the end of it.
Just enough to get value worth, sort of thing.
That's right. And next one, Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
full stop. That's it. The original.
Oh.
Yeah.
Story.
That's right. I was playing it on the Xbox, and because it's part of their back compat program. And it plays very smooth. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I went back and I was playing it, and man, it's just so crazy to think that even now, when I went back to play it, I'm just like, still like, man, this shit's so good. How the hell was this released during like like Xbox 360 era?
Yeah, this was like early PlayStation 3 game.
And it looks good still. I'm going to be honest with you. It kind of looks the same as every other one, literally up till now.
Yes.
like okay, yeah, maybe the newer ones have like a few more polygons, but they really didn't increase fidelity that greatly. And actually, the art direction's so good, I think it really carries itself quite well for its age. Like I wasn't looking at it going like, oh my eyes, they're sore. Like I was actually like, wow, looks so good for how old it is. But I also forgot that like Altair is just the complete fuckwit.
What do you mean?
I'm like, dude, he's such a dick. I was like playing through the start of it, and he's just such a piece of shit. I was like, wait, I thought he was this like, really good like dude full of like wisdom and knowledge, but no, he's like a little shithead. He's like such a little bitch. Like he's like, I don't give a fuck about any of you, man. I'm just here to do what I need to do, and just like, but that's to his like own brotherhood. He's just like literally like, I couldn't give a shit about you guys. I'm just like, wait, you're such a dick. So yeah, been playing that. That was a blast from the past. It's so funny how archaic some of it is though. Like the throwing knives, just one hit kill. So you just throw them across the map and like one shot your target, and that's it. You don't even need to get close.
Actually, I remember that when I was just like, I think I remember like throwing just knives everywhere in like a group and just calling it a day.
Yep, it's disgustingly overpowered. And then my final game on the list, Fantasy Life on the 3DS. So this is it's a JRPG, and the whole concept is essentially that you kind of pick a life path and you kind of do that thing until you're a master of it. So you could be like, anything from like a knight to a paladin to like a blacksmith, a tailor, just a bunch of this stuff. And essentially, basically depending on what you pick is like you'll have like a different mini game essentially that is used for like whatever your preferred profession is that you picked. And I went with blacksmith, so I make stuff and sell it.
Very nice.
And it's really fun. I play it every day to work. And it's like a kind of actually like an open world game too, where you're like going to like, there's like zones and then you move through them and then you go to like a different hub and then there's like better materials at like the newer places to get to. And it's got like this little cute story that like kind of like runs underneath it. And yeah, you set like life goals and stuff of like what your major goal is and things like that, and you try and sort of work your way towards it. It's really cool. I mean, it's
nice.
It's like, yeah, it's like, combat and stuff. Like if you participate in it is like quite simple, but it's kind of doing a lot for a 3DS game already.
Kind of looks like, or reminds me of like an Animal Crossing almost.
It's a more in-depth Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
There's way more systems going on than in Animal Crossing for sure.
Almost Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon.
If you know. Yeah. In a way. It's more like if Rune Factory crossed with Animal Crossing. Yeah. But yeah, those have been the main games I'm playing. I literally have more, but I'm not gonna bother saying that. Those are the main ones. Anyway.
He's already dead.
He's already dead. Perfect.
Love it. Well, let's jump into some gamer news. So, a couple of big pieces to announce here, and we'll kind of speak to some where we think we need to flesh it out a little bit. But we'll start off with Logitech and Tencent building a streaming handheld for Xbox Cloud Gaming and GeForce Now. Interesting news.
Yeah, how do you feel about a handheld that is just for cloud and streaming? Isn't that just called a phone with a backbone?
Almost, yeah. It's kind of trying to jump into that same foray that the Steam Deck is in, but with less capability. Almost.
Yeah, but the Steam Deck doesn't rely on streaming. You can put it to the hardware. Like you can play Elden Ring off your native hardware.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas this is, you will be streaming to it. Which the thing that really gets me though is it's just like, how are they going to change it to like, besides the fact that like it's just a phone, which is essentially what this will be if it doesn't have like if it's streaming. I imagine they'll try and keep the price down, which means they won't put really any sort of powerful internals in it. Because you're just kind of streaming. So I imagine they'd maybe just like try and focus on like battery life and stuff. But then that makes me just think that I'm like, it's literally just a big phone that probably has like built-in controller.
Yeah, as you say, like it does the same job as a backbone in that sense.
Yeah. And for any audio listeners who don't know what a backbone is, the backbone is just like an accessory that you slide onto this, like you put in the USB-C port of your phone, and it's just like a controller that wraps around and goes from the top of your phone to the bottom of your phone.
Sadly, only for iPhone, isn't it? Or did they make it for Android now?
I don't know, actually. I've seen an Xbox version and a PlayStation version, and I'm just like, but what's the difference? Like, does the PlayStation 1 only work with the PlayStation streaming service?
Yeah, I was unsure on that too, because I was like, the button config on the original isn't way too different. Like, obviously it says XYAB, whereas the PlayStation 1 is the PlayStation symbols. So, yeah, I'm kind of confused on that too. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting for Tencent to sort of dip into that.
And Logitech.
And Logitech have been going pretty hard on tech recently. Just in general, like I keep getting smashed with ads just for Logitech and streaming gear. So yeah,
it is true.
Interesting. Obviously trying to appeal more to that gamer space and jump into that.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting piece. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Mm.
Little one that I've dropped in here. Not much is known, but GTA 6, couple of small little leaks here and there. Going to have a female protagonist. Sort of going for a Bonnie and Clyde, and I think they said it was set in Vice City, and maybe a second area. Like Havana or something.
Well, from what I heard, so one of the protagonists is a female Latina woman. And yeah, the Bonnie and Clyde thing I've heard that it is like, Miami, Florida area, which could lead to Liberty City. Oh, sorry, Vice City. I think you're right. Yeah, yes. Vice City. But I've heard that they know they're not going to have locations ready in time. And they're going to release them afterwards. So to the story though.
Yes.
Which that just sounds like expansion to me. But I wonder if it'll be that thing where it feels like we get half a game and then get half a game later.
Just roll it out over the next 5 console generations.
Oh god. And then so I'm thinking that from what it sounds like we might have like 2 big locations we can go to.
Yes.
Which gives me big San Andreas vibes.
Big because San Andreas vibes and big Red Dead 2 vibes.
Yeah.
Where they sort of tangented off into like that island part.
I really want one of the locations. I really want them to go back to San Fierro. From San Andreas. Like, take us back to San Francisco. That was so cool. I loved that. I loved that part of the game. It's so cool because it's just like, it's so unique. Like, you never play in a cityscape that's quite like that. Like in any other game that I've ever played since that point of San Andreas. There's nothing quite like San Fierro. And it'd be really cool if they actually like bring it back to play in.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll probably see this game in like 8 years' time from now. So
well, that's the thing. They've given a time frame.
They gave a time frame.
If the prediction is correct, then we would expect to see GTA 6 sometime between April 2023 and March 2024. So that's soon. Like really soon.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it seems too close.
2024 seems
More
like
likely.
a time we'd hear something.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if they're leaking things like that and they haven't even got, like, a map ready...
Yeah.
Seems way too early.
Seemingly. But, I mean, when did... So, GTA 5 has been out since 2012 or 13, one of them. Then Red Dead 2 came out in 2018, I want to say. Was it 2018? 2017?
2018.
2018?
Yeah, 2018. Late 2018.
So they've had 4 years with a full roster, but there's not everyone from Rockstar works on the same game because you have Rockstar North and all your other like Rockstar places that are across it.
The GTA 5 live service people essentially as well.
So yeah, first of all, I wonder who's working on it. Because it's probably North. I'm pretty sure North is the head studio that works on GTA.
Yes.
So
I believe so.
Like I'm sure some of them probably went to help on Red Dead 2 to get it out the door and crunch the shit out of it, like they always do. But even if we apply the principle that everybody is now working on it, which they are because they pulled because of the reception of the new remakes, remasters, whatever you want to call them, there was rumors that a GTA 4 remake / remaster was in the works.
Yeah.
And God, I wish they actually kept working on that because holy shit, does that game need it? Oh my God, that's another game that I tried to play.
That game is pinnacle PS3, where it's like grayscale, color, shitty movement system. Like I'm pretty sure they introduced rag dolls in that game.
Don't even talk to me about how shit the movement system is.
It was
driving.
Terrible.
It drives awful. All the cars handle like dog shit.
Yeah, it was one of the games that I played and never finished just because I gave up on it.
I finished it on PC a long time ago, and that was fine because mouse and keyboard.
Yes.
So, but good God, no, I tried to play it on console the other day, and it was goddamn miserable. Yeah. And I will not be going back.
Yeah, that's a pass.
Yes. But speaking of passes, have you seen that this game has passed through the hands of millions of people? It's MultiVersus, the fighting game.
Yeah, that's the Warner Brothers one, isn't it?
That is correct. Yeah. It is a free-to-play Smash-like game with LeBron James.
With LeBron James, yeah.
Yep. People are very excited about LeBron James being in this game.
It's actually got a fantastic roster.
Yeah,
a really good starting roster.
It's got Jake and Finn from Adventure Time,
Batman, Bugs, LeBron James, Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman. So it's a really good mashup of all their different IPs, which is nice. And obviously, it's not the full roster just yet. And Rick and Morty, they'll be coming soon.
And I hear that it's actually good though. Like it's a decent game, which I think is very good, especially if you can make a game like that free.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. It's much better.
Yeah, they're expecting they've got like the weirdest predicted lineup though. Like they've got the Lord of the Rings characters.
Well, I mean Arya Stark's in it, so
yeah, Arya Stark. Who else did I hear was potentially Samurai Jack?
Do you think you'll give it a go?
Yeah, I mean I'm not a huge like Smash gamer, usually just because I'm pretty shit at it.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I don't see why not. Like it's a free to play game, so no cost to entry. So
that is very true.
Happy to give it a go. Probably not something that I'd play on like console, more like a PC game because don't want to be tied down to any like trophies or engagement there.
Yeah,
but yeah. Interesting.
Fair enough.
But yes, I have seen some good things.
you wanna run this next one?
Yeah, definitely. So interestingly enough, Indonesia has blocked Steam, Epic Games, PayPal, and more. And I think it was due to a bunch of like privacy issues. And also like the main reason being companies failing to meet a deadline to register with the company's database. So it is to do with like different privacy laws and licensing and that sort of thing. So because these companies haven't signed over the necessary documentation, they've just been blocked. And it's big websites too. It's got Steam, Epic Games, BattleNet, Ubisoft, Origin, Nintendo, Yahoo, PayPal, and so it's essentially if you are a gamer or wanting to make online payments, chances are if you live in Indonesia, you can't at the moment. Pretty crazy.
It's it really makes me think so what it sounds to me like is that that Indonesia requires them to sign over so that they have access to certain information from those companies. Yeah, okay. So it's very obvious that these companies don't want to share this information in particular that Indonesia is asking for. Yeah, I mean, dude, sucks to be Indo right now.
Yeah,
that's big rough.
Big rough. To our Indonesian gamers, we support and respect you.
That's right. Time. VPN it up, my friends.
That's it. That's your only option.
Yep.
And here's to our sponsor, who... Oh, wait.
VPN?
Kidding.
We're joking. We don't have a sponsor. We're too small.
All right. Next piece of information: Call of Duty loses 30 million users in 1 year.
That's what happens when you make a shit game.
Yeah. So obviously they've had a pretty public falling out from Vanguard, and what's their other one there on the online multiplayer like battle royale game? Is that called
Warzone, brother?
Yeah. Just everyone's fleeing from that, which is pretty hilarious. And you've got pros contemplating retirement because they're being like, well, if this is shit, Modern Warfare 2 is going to be shit. Why should we stick around, sort of thing? So, trouble in paradise for...
They all say that, and then they all buy it again next year or this year.
Yeah.
And then they go, this is the greatest shit ever. And then they play for 3 months and go, this shit sucks. It's just the cycle. It's just the Call of Duty cycle. They play for 3 months and go, this is awesome. I love this.
Death, taxes, and Call of Duty on a revolving cycle being shit and good.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, look, I'm not surprised. Vanguard is like unanimously fucking hated. Yeah. And I mean, they murdered Call of Duty Zombies, so I have absolutely no respect for them whatsoever.
Yeah.
That game mode, I watched a great video by a guy called Bricky. Please go watch it. He talks about what it actually is like. I watched the video and I was just blown away at how empty zombies felt, which is the weirdest sentence to say. But yeah, they gutted the shit out of it. Not good. But dude, isn't it crazy that like we're now in the cycle again where Infinity Ward is the savior for the franchise when for a while they were the fucking people like, these games are shit.
Yeah. How quickly it can turn.
Yeah, man. I mean, big rip.
Yeah. But actually, while we're on that,
can I please? This is just too good. Okay. So, Sony, in a classic sentence of saying water is wet, came out with the statement, Call of Duty is so popular that it influences sorry, it's really hard for me to read this and not laugh. That it influences a user's choice of console, and its community of loyal users is entrenched enough that even if a competitor had the budget to develop a similar product, it would not be able to rival it.
Yeah.
Dude, that is such a water is wet statement. Call of Duty is so popular, it influences users' choice of console. Yeah, no shit. So does God of War. So does Ratchet and Clank. So does Spider-Man. Of course, dude. What are you trying? What are you trying to say? Brand recognition, of course, is going to be something that gets people to buy a console. Sony now owns Destiny. If you're a Destiny player on console, you're probably like, well, you know, I probably want to. You're getting brand associated more with Bungie now with Sony, and that's what will happen going forward. So if you're a new person, you're like new to gaming or whatever, and you see Destiny, like, whoa, that looks crazy, and then the PS logo flashes up behind it. You're like, oh, must be on PlayStation. So you buy a PlayStation, right? It's just going to be the same thing with Call of Duty. Call of Duty is going to, come up. It's going to play Seven Nation Army for the 800th time, and then you're going to hear some gun noises that are in tune with the drums, and then it's going to flash Call of Duty logo, and then the Xbox logo is going to flash afterwards, and then you go, oh, it's Xbox, and so you buy an Xbox. Yeah, no shit. It influences the user's choice of console, but it's like also. Sony is just like sweating because they're just like, wait, but we sell Call of Duty.
Yeah, because this all came up as part of the acquisition of Xbox, Microsoft purchasing Activision Blizzard, and it was leaked from some document, I believe, that they said this statement sort of.
It was too like a
the regulator,
like a country regulator, I think.
Yeah, because obviously there's been big talks of like whether this sale will go through, and like obviously it's looking very, very likely, but just in the sense that Sony have just been sweating over the chance that now players might not stay.
But the cringe thing is they keep sweating. Like Sony have not let this go, where they keep talking about it over and over again. They're like, oh, but Call of Duty is just like, it's like, okay, maybe you should have put it on offer then. Like, I don't understand what the problem here is. Like, it's like, obviously they don't have as much liquidity as Microsoft. Yeah. But the thing is, though, they could have technically still purchased them. They would have just nearly gone broke doing it.
Yeah, exactly. They
could have taken out a loan. It's Sony.
It's
get it back.
Good debt.
I don't know, man. But it's like, okay, if we're playing this card, then sweet. Then how about we open up all the PlayStation exclusives to be played on Xbox then as well? You know, because literally the same thing can be said about any other game that would influence someone, right? Like if someone's a big fan of Spider-Man. You know, they are influenced by the fact they have to buy a PlayStation. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Like I love Sony.
It's very double standard, isn't it? Where it's like, hey, we can't have Call of Duty, so we'll fucking take Spider-Man. Or like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I love Sony, but man, they they gotta stop like peeing their pants right now, dude. It's not. Like you at the moment you have the marketing rights for it, so it'd be drawing some attention, but it's like, dude, this is how it is. This is welcome to the industry. Welcome to acquisition culture right now. Yeah. Like they bought it, dog, and you got to respect it and come up with your own answer. Like you can't just like cry because another company bought another one. Literally. This is capitalism, baby. This is it. You gotta get used to it. I don't know why they're so caught up. I mean, I know why. It's billions of dollars, like or hundreds of millions of dollars a year, just built on like Call of Duty. Yeah. And they're absolutely right where they say that a similar budgeted game to develop a similar product would not rival it. And that's true. But it's only as true as much as Call of Duty doesn't destroy its brand. If that happens, then it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So,
which is what is happening at the moment, where it's like you can make a shit game and people will get upset. It's then kind of devaluates itself in a sense.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But on Console Wars, interestingly, Sony put out a statement saying that they should have PlayStation 5s ready in time for Christmas, which, good God, the fact that we're hopefully getting some consoles in time for Christmas. If you want one, essentially, I'd say get your order in, put your name down now for the mums and dads and kids listening.
They're doing the cheeky though. They're pretty much the only ones you can buy at the moment, right? Are the Horizon bundled ones.
Yes, Horizon bundle, and they just dropped a Gran Turismo bundle.
Yeah, and you know what the problem with that is? That $749 the console you just paid for, you now have to pay for the game, which is not cheaper in the bundle. It is the same price, just added on top. Or it's like $849. So yeah, it's $100. So it's still. Sorry, we're talking Australian, by the way. Rest of the world, that's 749 Aussie dollar dues.
Yes.
So if you're wondering why I'm saying such a large number, what is it for US? Is it 500? Is a PS5 500 USD?
Let's have a look.
It's probably 500 USD.
400 for the digital and 500 for disc.
God, I'm so good at math.
Quick conversions.
Quick conversions. So yeah, America, just before you get upset that you can't buy one, just remember we have to pay an extra $250 on top of that, you little pieces. Thank you.
It's true. We're getting stiffed over here.
How do you feel about this statement? To me, this just doesn't even say anything. It's like, what does that even mean? Like, it's ready in time for holiday? Like what? They've ramped up production so hard that everyone's gonna get one. Like,
yeah, it's like, well, we fixed supply chain issues. Like,
there's no way they've fixed supply chain issues.
Nah, like it's all well and good for them to say that, but until we see consoles readily available on shelves, it kind of means nothing. And it also like was very loose on where those consoles will be going. Like, are a majority skewing to the US, or are we going to get stiffed and get one a week in Australia like we kind of do at the moment?
Okay, I mean, I've got some insider knowledge on it, so I'll hit you with the numbers that I know. So per monthly basis, this is directed out of the store that I know of. We typically will get an order. Now, this is before the bundles came out, mind you. Bundles are the only thing you can actually get right now. Yes. So before that, it was 20 discs per month and 10 digital with that. So that's 30 in total a month to one store.
That's nothing.
So it's nothing. It's nothing. And then now with the bundles, though, I believe it's actually up to 60 for disc only, obviously.
Yeah.
So we were able to take orders up to for 60 of them. That's how many we were going to get. So that tells me that, yes, supply chain issues and maybe are alleviating a bit, but I don't know about you, but at Christmas time, there's a few more than 60 people that go through electronic store doors.
That's true.
So I don't know how that number's gonna fare by the time we get to holiday.
Yeah. So I guess it's a wait and see at the moment. Very much a wait and see.
Absolutely. And speaking of things that are way too expensive, so Blizzard put out a survey for Overwatch, and particularly skin prices. So there's some price points that I'll go over. So they asked about Mythic skins. So Mythic, for people who don't know, is usually the tier above Legendary. So that's like the top of the line. Everything's crazily animated. You know, there's all the bells and whistles, new voice acting lines, things like that. They asked from either $44.99. Now, don't get it fucked up. This is USD.
Yeah.
So that's like $80
expensive.
Australian.
Yeah.
Or $30 for a mythic. That's the lowest price that they showed in the survey. So legendary skins maxed out at $24.99. So that's roughly around 50 Australian dollars for all my homies.
Yep.
And then up to $9.99 for a weapon charm. You know, the little thing that dangles off your gun? Yeah, we're going to be paying 20 Australian dollars potentially for one.
This is just NFTs, man.
This shit is crazy. And then they talked about some cosmetic bundles potentially ranging from $5 to $20 to $30.
Also, I love the fact that people are like...
Thoughts, feelings?
I just love the fact that they put out a survey being like, well, would you rather pay $50 or $30? It's like, the average consumer's not going to be like, you know what? Cost of living's high. I'm keen to put $50 towards a mythic skin. Obviously, everyone who answers that survey is going to put out the lowest possible. Like, the only people putting the highest amount possible are the people benefiting from it. So, like, the execs and shit like that, they get the survey and they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, $45. That's what I want.
Every time a survey like this does go out, it just begs the question, like, what the fuck is the thought process behind this survey? Like, this survey is a waste of time.
It is.
Like, you should just leave one option on it and have them tick it, because that's pretty much what you're doing.
Yes.
Like, because it's like 45 or 29.99. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the lower number.
Yeah.
Probably.
The better question there would be, you pay $29.99. What do you want to get for it?
What would you expect for $29.99?
Yeah. See, that's a better phrasing as to when you compare, like, oh no, I'd rather pay $45 instead of $30 for the same thing.
Even a more devious one could be like, you show the skin, and you get them to put in how much they think that skin is worth. Like, as if implying that you're literally just playing a guessing game. Yes. As in, it already has a set amount and you're just trying to guess what it is.
Yeah.
In which case, I think that is the serial murderer mentality right there. If you implement that, that's where it gets scary, because people will be like, I'm playing a game. I'm guessing how much this is worth. $60. And they go, oh my god, send it, boys, send it. Full send.
They're like, 20% of people said $60. That 20% are getting, like, it's the fun thing, like, about our business that I work in at the moment, and it's so like, it copies over to games where it's like, okay, well, we can sell 5 skins for $60, or we can sell 10 for $20. Well, obviously, you're going to go the 5 for $60, because even though you're getting less of them, you're still making more. It's like...
I wonder, so, I mean, obviously, this oh my god, questionnaire, or whatever, has come out of the fact that Overwatch 2 is free multiplayer, right? So they have to monetize it somehow. I don't know about you, but I have this weird rule with free-to-play games, or at least newly introduced to anything that I play for free. I'm only willing to spend up to a full game amount.
Yeah.
So $60 to $80.
Yeah.
So if there's like a cosmetic I like, I go, all right, you got to remember this is $20 down. You're only allowed 40 left.
Yeah. And I do it as well based on time allocated to the game. So say, like, I won't in the first week be like, yeah, let's drop 20 sort of thing. I'll be like, okay, have I sustained like a period of playing this game and a period of where like I can see myself coming back to it sort of thing. So like I was playing like Fortnite with my work buddies, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm coming back to this game night on night for a couple of months. Okay, I see myself investing $20, I think it was, because I'd been coming back for that sustained period where it was like, okay, even if I was never to come back again, it's like worth it for the amount of time that I've spent.
Mhm. Yeah,
if that makes sense.
because I mean, free to play devs, they got to eat too.
Exactly.
So which is why I have that rule of I will pay up to a full game amount worth. But well, I mean, that's what I started doing at the start of this year. Because like last year, I like went back through like how much I'd spent on free to play games like League and stuff, and good God, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But
It adds
I
up.
mean, yeah, I haven't spent anything on a free to play game this year, actually. So yeah, I think that's always a good rule of thumb. If anybody listening to the podcast is wondering, like I've been playing a free to play game thing for a while. I always find it's good to allow yourself up to a full game amount on it, especially if you do keep coming back. I think if you are looking for a not super scary way to support the devs that doesn't just like, constantly ask you for, $40, $40, $10, $10, just like going crazy.
Yeah, and it's very much like a know your limits scenario as well. Because it's very easy to become a money pit where it's like, okay, I've put in that, let's keep going with it sort of thing. So
yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good. Next is some sort of game adjacent news. The Fallout TV show set pictures have leaked. I've seen the one of the super duper mart.
Yeah, that is the leaked one.
Is that the only one at this stage?
And the power armor.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the power armor one. Let me have a quick.
The power armor is huge. It's so big.
Let's have a look for this.
Yeah. What do you think from that super duper mart picture?
It looks cool. I mean, it's obviously not a whole lot to go off.
It gave me very much Fallout 3 vibes.
Yes.
Not necessarily like 4 or New Vegas, which I like because I think Fallout 3 is my favorite kind of aesthetic and sort of location. Yeah, I mean, I'm like looking at that image of the props and the place. It's got me a little bit hopeful. And the power armor. The power armor, when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, they are going all out. Like it is like a full Iron Man suit.
Yes,
like,
I'm just having a look at that now. It does look good.
It's gigantic.
It's very hefty. I'm worried for the person who has to sit in that.
Oh, I mean, they're just in a big exosuit. They'll be fine.
That's true.
But yeah, what are you thinking of the Fallout show?
I mean, I know this is like just a set photo and that sort of thing, and there's like obviously the new Nissan Micra in the background too, but like
there's a Starbucks coffee in the background.
Yeah, imagine that, just the whole Nissan Micra and the cranes and shit. I mean, it looks good as just like an initial shot. It'd be nice if we saw like some more scrap on the ground, and I'm sure they will like add more pieces to the set to make it more lifelike. But no, it looks really nice. It does have, like, you look at it and you do get that post-apocalyptic feel. It's also nice that it's a real set.
I like that a lot too, rather than green screen.
Yeah, not either green screen, and something that like they've done a lot with the Star Wars shows is the sphere or the space, I think it's called.
Yeah, I know what
that volumetric like volumetric space, which has like the real-time lighting and that sort of thing, or the dynamic lighting.
It has the Unreal 5 engine popped up behind him. Yeah,
which is cool, and like they do some awesome work with sets and that. But I think it's nice to have like real set pieces. So very cool to see this. Even though it is only like one picture that we've kind of got to go off. Yeah, I like the look of it.
Me too. But big bias.
Yes. I guess time period looks kind of 80s? No, 60s, 70s?
What the hell are you talking about?
But like, I'm looking at the car, like it's not a modern car.
Fallout. Yeah. Fallout's normal setting is like, 40s, 50s.
It transcends time.
My man's is a clown. All right. Anyway,
Bam.
speaking of clowns, Doctor Disrespect's game is called Deadrop.
Yeah.
They decided to show some footage of it.
Yeah,
And
I saw a gameplay video of this on the tram home.
Good God, it is brutal.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I think is happening with this. That footage, I have to feel, is like proof of concept, not even their own assets.
Okay. So like
that's my feeling, because if that's real assets, oh, it looks awful.
So like in the video I was watching on the tram home, the guy was like, because yeah, he had some form of early access. I don't know what it was, because you could pay, I think it was like $50, or there was another way to get in, and he was the other way to get in. And he was kind of saying along the lines of, this is not what the game will be, but more what it could look like. And just a generic concept of like, do you like this look and feel sort of thing? Like, and it was a very bare bones scene to say the least, and it had one AR.
Yeah, which looked like a straight like jacked out gun from Aliens.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what the guy described it as too. He was like, it just looks just like this gun from Aliens.
That's what I mean when I said it looks like a proof of concept where they've slapped a bunch of pre-made assets together to be like, you know, here's what it might be like. And it's like, okay, don't do that. Don't do that then. And this is also an NFT game.
It is.
So that's just a mega cringe.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, you buy your NFT gun, and when you're done with it, you put it on open seas, and you make 0.1 of an Ethereum.
That's it.
Oh man, what do you think about this game being infused with NFTs and how that relates to game balance for what I assume is going to be a free to play game?
Yeah, it's like, I get what he's trying to do with it, but for a guy who's like, if you remove the character and you look at guy like Herschel Beam, the guy who was pretty famous for designing some awesome maps and working with some cool game studios in the past, to say this is
he's ex Call of Duty, for people who don't know. Call of
Duty. It's pretty disappointing. Yeah, it's kind of inflamed online.
But see, here's the thing though. Does this get funded without NFTs working in the background? As in, like, think about it. Game development, you're spending millions and millions of dollars. Like, I'm sure he's a very wealthy guy.
Yes.
Right? But you are paying tens of people, potentially hundreds of people, a salary.
And well-known people too. Like, he's got some good names from the industry.
And that's what I mean. So, like, there in the last 12 months, I believe there has been $2.1 billion invested into the NFT game space. And I've got a feeling that is a lot of that might be funding be a direct correlation to this game in particular.
Yes.
Which...
And you've also got the founders access passes, which are $50. So if you've got anyone who's like mega froth of Dr. Disrespect, they'll drop that, no problem.
Yeah, which is also like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you should ever put out a feeler like that though.
Yeah,
like that was
nothing like that. That was it doesn't look good.
Crazy. That was crazy.
And the other thing too was they said they're going to be sharing like more demo updates every 6 weeks, which, man oh man, for the issues we've seen with game like crunches in the gaming industry recently, I feel like this is going to fall victim to that, where it's like they need to release that drop every 6 weeks, because like now it's been promised, people have paid essentially for early access without a product, and so you'd think that they're going to have to stick to it to some regard. I don't know what capacity that'll be, or if they just essentially say, oh no, sorry, we don't have anything for you this week, next week sort of thing.
This is I'm calling it now. This is a lawsuit just waiting to happen.
Massively.
Because but the thing is, I don't understand. Like, he's quite a smart guy. He's been in game dev before, and dude, I don't know if you know this, but 6 weeks is fuck all time to get anything done in game.
You can iron out a bug in that time. Like, you'd be lucky.
You can like map out a grayed out walled map in that time.
Yeah, and
that's it.
But like, it's pretty funny looking at this like initial video. It's like he opened up an Unreal Engine asset pack and just dropped everything in. He was just like, you know, the demo scenes that you get? That was it. Yeah. He just dropped that in and he was like, here we go, you got it.
And then like imagine if it like popped up with a tutorial being like movement in Unreal, and then just like
just pops up in the bottom left hand corner. It says thank you to person X for your asset pack. Asset pack created by this person.
So good.
God, disappointing.
Now we in coming off those NFTs, we now move into the NFT section of our podcast. God bless.
Yes.
And we have a big Chad. A big Chad has entered the chat, and it's name of Minecraft. And essentially, Minecraft told NFTs to get fucked this week. Here is one of the quotes that I think absolutely, unequivocally summarizes how NFTs affect the gaming space, and I think this could be literally applied to any game. So the statement reads as follows. So each of these uses of NFTs and other blockchain technologies creates digital ownership based on scarcity and exclusion, which does not align with Minecraft values of creative inclusion and playing together. NFTs are not inclusive of all our community and create a scenario of the have and have-nots. The speculative pricing and investment mentality around NFTs takes the focus away from playing the game and encourages profiteering, which we think is inconsistent with the long-term joy and success of our players. Bruh.
Yeah.
Chad's. Absolute Chad status.
It's a very bold statement. Do you reckon it's something that extends to Xbox and Microsoft per se, or do you think it's very much just a Minecraft statement that they've made here?
See, here's the thing with Microsoft is they're like still open to NFTs in a way. But the good thing that they've set up with them is that all the companies from Microsoft can be separated because of how they work with their devs, where they go, we're not getting involved. You do your thing. We just give you the money. So they can say whatever they want because essentially, really, they work as their own independent company, and any thoughts are their own. This isn't some like, dystopian shit like a company trying to stop all your employees from speaking out against a certain Roe vs. Wade comment. Sony. Yeah, I think it's good that Xbox just allows them to be autonomous and say what they want to say, because honestly, I think, Phil Spencer, he's a smart guy. He probably looks at this and goes, that's correct. But unfortunately, I have to leave the door open for any possible, money. Money making. But he's already spoken about him before. He's just like, in their current form, I don't think they're very good. But yeah. So I mean, I just think that this is just such a sick summary of NFTs in a nutshell in the gaming space, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I like that, the inclusivity statement. Yeah,
because it's just haves and haves not.
And that's very much what gaming has been about, and is at its core. So yeah, very well put statement.
It's a big +2. Big +2 to Minecraft. God bless.
Definitely is.
All right, and you want to take the other one sorted out here?
Yeah, so Square Enix, software platform engine and well-known video game company Square Enix announced the upcoming launch of a collectible set of digital cards and figures inspired by Final Fantasy VII. So you have to buy a physical statue to get the digital one. First, initial thought for this is almost like a Nintendo amiibo. I don't know. It's interesting. It's not like a unique concept. Like obviously Spyro as well did it with Skylanders and Disney with Infinity.
But it's an NFT.
Yeah, but it's an NFT. Yeah.
What does the digital statue do for me? It does fucking nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. I don't understand. I feel like people are now trying to justify and validate NFTs by being like, okay, well, we'll give you this. It's almost like saying we'll give you the NFT for free, and or you buy the NFT and we'll give you a statue or a set of cards.
Yeah, but then but the NFT bros don't want physical things.
That's true. They're cashless wallets, digital art everywhere.
That's what I'm confused about, because it's just like, wait, the NFT bros, they just want the NFT because they're like, it's mine and no one else can have it. But then it's like, it comes with a statue, and then it's like, well, I mean, do you want that?
They'll just rip. What they'll do is they'll take the NFT code inside and then just pawn off the statue on Facebook Marketplace and call it a day.
Oh my god. And you know what the funny thing is? That statue will be worth more than the NFT.
Yeah. Oh, God, I hope it will. Because Square Enix will create their own token, and no one will buy that token, so the value will just go to shit.
It's very true.
We got our Square Enix coin.
man, just Square Enix just needs to stop, dude.
Yeah.
Literally everyone in the gaming space has been like EA, and then who else was it? Another huge company, Ubisoft. They're all been like, yeah, actually, yeah, I don't know about these NFT things. And Square Enix is like, choo, we're going straight ahead, motherfuckers, just straight into it. Yeah, we don't give a single shit. We just sold off.
Learn from the mistakes of others.
They're like, we're gonna sell all our Western studios for $300 million, including 52 IP, and we're going to put it all in NFTs, baby. It's just so cursed. And they're just, oh man.
Whoever
I guess they didn't read that.
Primed. They're just like, thank God Square Enix is shooting themselves in the foot here.
I guess Nintendo. I guess Square Enix have just not read that article that came out 2 weeks ago where it was NFT sales have dropped off the face of the earth and are down
amount.
480% or something. It's not, and it's not even a thing anymore.
I saw this dumb opinion piece the other day that was like, wow, people care about the story and the value behind an NFT rather than the tradability of it.
Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah, can I trade it into my local GameStop?
Yeah.
For GameStop coin, so I can buy a pre-owned copy of 007 Moonfire.
That's what it is, though. It's you've got these kids who are just like, oh, I'll turn it to make a quick buck, and then they realize they're losing money rather than gaining, and they're like, oh, that wasn't fun. Yeah, no shit, kid. That's gambling.
Welcome to capitalism.
Yeah, welcome to capitalism.
I've got a question for you, though.
Hear me.
Are we winning against NFTs?
The more projects that fail, the more we win.
But what do you think? Are we currently winning against NFTs as gamers, or are we not? Are we in a holding pattern?
Well, I'd say that based on our Overwatch news with wanting to charge $50 for a skin, I think we're currently in a losing battle.
Okay, but is that an NFT though?
Technically, it is. Because if you can buy and trade it, that's an NFT, right?
What the fuck are you talking about? No, bro, they're not NFTs. They're just normal skins.
that's an NFT. Except ours are fungible, Jordy.
What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about?
That's
fungible.
That's what a crypto bro would say. But bro, they're just non-fungible. They're tokens.
Okay, all right. Realistically, though. Without looking at microtransactions and free-to-play games, we're taking specifically NFTs in the gaming space. How do you think the gamers are faring right now?
I think gamers have the upper hand at this stage. Like, you can tell that certain companies are sort of still trying to enter and throwing their hat into the mix, but resistance and not like gamers not purchasing things sends a clear message to the company.
Looking at you, Ubisoft Quartz.
Yeah, literally. Like, if they see that it's going to be a cash pit to the audience that they're trying to go towards and market towards, if it fails for them, like, it's not going to appeal to other C-suites and potential crypto bros. Like, if your core audience doesn't accept it, then you've got a problem. And I think other companies like, Mojang with Minecraft taking a stand and saying, like, essentially hard stance,
arguably like the biggest game on earth too, besides like Roblox.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you've got one of the number one like biggest games in the world saying no to it. I think that sends a pretty clear message as well. And like, I think they're pretty clear on their audience too. Like, they know that their majority audience is kids under the age of 12. So they're realizing, okay, well, no one's going to do that. But yeah, I think we're in an okay position at this stage. It's when other companies and bigger companies try to force it that it's going to become more of an issue. Because it's still like a very new concept. And there's not much use case apart from going, oh, look, I've got a little frame with some digital picture on it. Can
I bring up the use case of an NFT? There isn't one. It's literally created a solution for a problem that doesn't exist.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you've got gaming versions of NFTs with like Axie Infinity, which is kind of just shit as well. Like, that kind of shot itself in the foot.
All shit.
Yeah, like, there's no benefit to having an NFT. It's a status symbol, is what it is. Like,
a status of a fucking idiot above your head.
Exactly. There's no real benefit to it. Like, I can go ahead in CS:GO and buy an Orb Dragon Lore if that's still like the best skin in the game. I don't know.
Yes, I believe it is still. I think if you've got it in FAQ new, I'm pretty sure it's probably above 10k plus.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. And it doesn't make me any better at CS. I can wave that gun around and be the shittest person in the game, which chances are if I jumped into CS today, I probably would be. Yeah. So until they hold some thing other than status and it needs more of a use case, essentially.
Good in chat just said, imagine if you could sell the NFT representing the gun that Simple had when he won the world championship.
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's like
you can have that gun. It's whatever skin he was using.
That's the thing.
You just go buy it.
So think of that, and then compare that to, say, Tom Brady's first touchdown ball. Like, okay, I can buy that skin. There's no. It's like me saying, okay, I got this thing, this digital skin. This was used by this person. It's like, okay, was it? It could be. Could have been. We don't know. Did he trade it to you? Yeah. Okay. Could have been another one. We don't know. But if I buy that, like, if I buy that football from the NFL store and I'm paying, like, and I get a certificate of authenticity, and they say, yeah, this is the one, unless Tom Brady himself comes up to me and goes, nah, bro, that's a fake. Like, how are we gonna know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, digital things, there's so much umming and ahhing and questioning about it. Whereas, like, physical value, it's like you go to the baseball field and you catch some Aaron Judge's 45th home run of the year. You're like, yes, I caught that ball. I know it's real. I saw it. It's
for the Europeans who are listening. This is baseball.
Yes. It's like, okay, I caught the ball that Messi kicked his 1,000th goal with, or whatever.
How would you catch it? It goes into a net.
No, he went through the net out the back.
Shit, he's a weapon.
It's true. Or game-worn jerseys and stuff like that, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some funny news to wrap up the podcast with, actually, because Goot reminded me in chat about it. There was a man who spent. Have you heard this story? Spent $100,000 in Diablo Immortal.
Ooh,
and
yes.
He can't queue into anyone because his power level is too high. so he spent, what did he say? He said he spent like 40 hours to 70 hours waiting in queues trying to match into people, but he can't because he spent too much money.
It's fucking hilarious. Imagine paying to win and you literally just that's legit pay to win. Like, you are too strong that you can't verse anyone.
But that's not even the full funny part of it. This is the funny part. So there's this thing called like so in PvP or whatever, or like there's like a rank called like Immortal, right? Which is like the highest rank in the game. And you get a cool set of wings and stuff, and it's like, you're immortal, yada yada, like here's all your rewards. He has a quest though that requires him to play in a battleground. And he can't do it because his power's too high. So he can't get his immortal gear because he literally can't play the game. And I love that, personally. I think that's the best shit ever.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like, oh my god. Did he, like... The question that I have for him would be like, did you hop into this thinking, like, and spending that much money, thinking that other people would have been like, yeah, you know what? I've spent this much money too. Because...
Well, the thing is, though, I wonder if, like, it's just going to be, like, waiting till how long? Because I'm pretty sure it's still not available in China, actually. I think it got denied or isn't allowed in China or something like that. That's maybe it's allowed through now, but the last time I checked, they were like, "Oops, not in China." And I'm like, "Oh well, you're fucked." But okay. There's an interesting statistic though that I also want to talk about. Because what was it? That's right. Okay, so it's been around about, I don't know, like 2 months or something since Diablo Immortal's been out. Maybe 3 or something.
Yeah, it'd be pushing.
So
3.
it's hit 100 million, right? So Diablo 3 sold 20 million units in a quarter and generated $658 million. And that was in 2014.
Okay.
What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
What's the point? Why didn't they just make a premium game and then just have sold it for like $10 on the store? People would have been like, hell yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But no, they're just like got this scummy, like as soon as everybody like saw and people were talking about it nonstop how scummy the system was, people just went, fuck that. Whatever. So now you've literally just got whales in there.
Yeah.
And whales have contributed $100 million.
Ridiculous.
And it's just like, bro, if you just sold a real video game, you could be sitting at $650 million right now. That was in 2014.
That's correct. That's ridiculous.
So yeah, I mean, and that's the funny story to end on, is that is that both the sadness of a man spending too much money that he literally can't play the game, and also that Blizzard are not even making as much money they were if they actually just made a real game and sold it.
Unbelievable.
Oh god.
That's a money pit for Microsoft. Lucky they saw that hockey stick statement. Well, here's our potential growth if we charge $50 for a skin.
Yeah, that's gonna go down well too, I think. It's gonna be very good.
Love it.
But maybe they'll also attach a certificate for a non-fungible token to each skin I buy.
Ridiculous.
Yippee.
Yippee. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Game Lounge podcast for August 2022. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help the channel grow. We'll be back next quarter, potentially, with a new podcast.
Bicentennial.
We'll be back at some point, so be sure to stick around for when we do.
It's true. We'll be around at some point.
Thank you for the people in stream for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.